Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. Once again, checking my volumes for Mr. B because he doesn't like it. And we'll do a little promotion for the company he works for, which is my sponsor, Link2. Circle has just launched in Brazil. The USDC is now going on out of Brazil, and my sponsor, Link2, has had Circle Private Equity on the platform. I think they still do. Go check it out. Check this out. 25,000 Bitcoin from Mt. Gox has moved in the last hour, likely the beginning of distributions to creditors. I sent a note to Galaxy clients and counterparties a couple of weeks ago with estimated payout amounts. I personally expect most Bitcoin gets hodled, but I can't say the same for Bitcoin Cash. So we'll see how that affects the market. Today, consensus has started. Here's the opening.
Developments that, at least at the beginning, are giving us a sense that the US actually may not be quite as hostile, right? We've seen a lot of focus on perhaps even a bipartisan approach to this sort of thing. You know, Trump got a lot of attention last weekend, coming out and giving his rah-rah for crypto. But I think personally, the thing that really struck me was that 71 Democrats joined Republicans to vote in the lower house in support of the FIT 21 market structure bill. Just giving the sense that this actually may be able to get out of the kind of partisan politicization that I think was really bothering people going into this. And look, if we can remove that regulatory barrier that's been hanging over this industry for some time, just imagine what can be built with all the brilliant minds that come together here at Consensus.
Oh yes, it could. Here are a couple of pictures from Consensus. This is the XRP Ledger booth there at Consensus. Let's get a good look at that. Pretty cool setup there. I could have gone to Consensus, but I just decided I didn't feel like traveling right now. The blockchain built for business. XRP Ledger. It's got a good presence there at Consensus. Now, remember when this picture, Subjective Views, I believe, had put this picture out, and it was the picture of Ripple's, one of Ripple's regulatory people sitting beside the Undersecretary of the Treasury Secretary, but all the people around this table were very interesting to look at. This lady right here was one of them that we had talked about. Carol House, cybersecurity expert, U.S. military intelligence, executive in residence, Terranet Ventures. This is her.
Here to talk about the high stakes of getting blockchain right on the national security stage, which has so many different implications and vectors, whether we're talking about countering illicit finance, fostering geostrategic competition. All of these are going to be the key issues that we're going to dive into today. So first, we're going to start off with an intro for this incredible panel and give a little bit of a background about what role that we've played in national security, but also in regards to how blockchain and national security have touched what we've been doing. So I'll kick it off. So I'm Carol House. I'm like he mentioned, I'm an executive in residence at Terranet Ventures, but I also was at the White House driving a lot of work in the National Security Council focused on digital assets, as well as ransomware, as well as countering ransomware with across the U.S. government and driving the counter-ransomware campaign and trying to fight that despicable crime. So in addition to that, I was at FinCEN, the U.S. anti-money laundering regulator, and the lead to the FinCEN delegation to the FATF, creating the first international standards for crypto. So that helps to highlight a lot of the national security nexus related to blockchain and crypto that I've been a part of.
Okie dokie. Very interesting. And so is this. Here come the banks. Digital Assets Conference, Goldman Sachs office in London. Does that mean London's ready? We cordially invite you to attend Goldman Sachs Digital Asset Conference, Thursday, 27th June 2024. Industry leaders will share their insights on institutional focus areas, tokenization, crypto markets. Boy, it sounds like Wall Street is all in on some crypto action. Let's see what it says down here. Goldman Sachs, Man, we always knew they were all coming. I've said this 1,000 times. Looking at all the stages over here on my other screen of what's going on at Consensus. It looks like David Schwartz is on stage right now at Protocol Village, but I don't know how to get it. I think you have to be paying to get a stream of it right now. But anyway, we'll have some clips of him soon, I'm sure. This is great. I don't know if XRP Drops did this, but the leadership and board of directors at Ripple, what an awesome graphic. If you look at that graphic right here, this pretty much sums up a big part of the reason that I've been able to focus on this company and this digital asset for all these years. It's because, does Ripple look like an ordinary company to you when you see all that? Does XRP, do you think of it as a regular, just normal, old-fashioned digital asset when you look at this picture? No, not me. And then the Wolf of Wall Street says, is Ethereum the killer app of crypto? And I said, well, Bill Hinman is the only killer app Ethereum has had.
Why haven't we seen a true killer app?
And remember, I have to mention it, these are some of the guys that completely ignore ETHgate. They don't want to talk about it. You won't even hear that come out of their mouth.
Yet.
I would make the argument that Ethereum improved on Bitcoin. Ethereum and the ability to write rules into a smart contract improved on what the original vision was. And I think that is a killer app. And between Ethereum and, all of the Ethereum competitors and the layer twos and those other things, you're talking hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars in network value. It takes a long time. Killer apps don't just happen overnight. I mean, the internet existed for 30 years.
Right.
And, suddenly Amazon came around. Is Amazon the killer app of the internet? Is Google the killer app of the internet? There's multiple killer apps in these technologies, and I think we'll see that with crypto.
Okay. Then we've got this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about this a little bit here, and then I'm going to finish up talking about it and letting you hear some of what my theories are in my private group at daixrp.com. So in the last video, and any of us that had been uncovering ETHgate, it was a big deal yesterday when CPAC came out with this, that they were, it's actually Andrew Langer, Center for Regulatory Freedom. Andrew Langer submitted complaints of unethical professional behavior to the New York and California Bar Associations about William Hinman. Okay? So I decided to look up, who is this Andrew Langer guy? This is him. Andrew Langer is a public policy and media professional. Let's go down. He's the director, Center for Regulatory Freedom at the CPAC Foundation. So he's been there since July 2023 to present, and looks like he's been pretty political guy. That's his whole resume. Let's see here. As we go down, I don't know if he's an attorney. I'm assuming he's an attorney, if I had to bet here. Let's go back and see if that's what I saw. No. He is a BA from William and Mary International Relations, Soviet Studies. That's interesting. Troy University. Okay. So anyway, this is this guy's background. He is, see what it says here. Longtime activist. See if anything jumps off the page at me here. Andrew attended College of William and Mary, where he received a BA in International Relations. Also holds a master's in public administration. So he's been all over the place. He's been on major news networks talking about all this stuff. So, but don't worry, we're gonna get somewhere with this. And then I decided I would go and look in his X account and see where he started popping up around ETHgate, okay? When this all got his attention. And let me tell you what I found, folks. And this is what we're going to show in DAI XRP. So yesterday, we found out that he has filed with the California and New York bar, basically a complaint against Bill Hinman, okay? Well, I believe that this right here, I believe this guy and CPAC, I believe, first of all, I don't think it's a coincidence that you saw Trump come out for crypto last week, and then this guy all of a sudden pops up and he's filing right after they get the Ethereum ETF, all of a sudden he goes after Hinman. I don't think any of that's a coincidence. I think my theory is, well, I'll tell you what my theory is when we get into DAI XRP. But I believe he knows, I believe all the people, they've been watching. I believe that they know this goes straight to China. I believe Trump knows, and I'm going to show you when I get into the group. I believe that everything you've seen in the last 2 weeks is tied together. And when I started looking at this guy, it became pretty obvious. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Let me go show you that this guy knows all about what Bill Hinman and Jay Clayton were up to. And I think Trump's in on this whole thing too. Here we go.